Look at this image. This is a brightly colored, fluorescent visualization of interconnected neurons, revealing the precise, overlapping web of individual cells that make up the mammalian brain. A single human brain contains approximately 100 billion of these individual neurons, and they communicate across a staggering 100 trillion distinct synaptic connections. If a network of this immense density operated as an unorganized random web, it would instantly collapse into chaotic systemic failure. To process immediate physical reactions while simultaneously executing complex cognitive computations, the brain requires strict architectural logic. The nervous system is a highly specialized hierarchical infrastructure. Here, physical structure completely dictates physiological capability. Understanding human cognition requires deconstructing how millions of years of evolutionary pressure shaped this wiring, from the macroscopic lobes of the brain down to the microscopic synapse. This diagram shows a diffuse nerve net. Simple cnidarians, like jellyfish, rely on this basic, unorganized structure to survive. In these early organisms, signals travel outward in all directions equally, triggering basic physiological contractions, but preventing any localized, complex processing. The physical layout of biological circuits shifted permanently with the development of bilateral symmetry, organisms possessing a distinct left and right. This allowed for cephalization, the physical clustering of sensory and interneurons at the anterior front end. This concentrated neural cluster gave animals a distinct advantage, allowing them to process environmental data head-on as they moved forward through space. At the core, the central nervous system acts as the sole integrator of complex information. Surrounding it is the peripheral nervous system, split by traffic direction. Afferent pathways carry sensory data inward, while efferent pathways carry operational instructions outward to muscles and organs. The evolutionary clustering of neurons created a mandatory physical division of labor, permanently separating the hardware for data processing from the cables used for data transmission. We tend to assume the brain must process every single piece of sensory data the body collects, but the spinal cord actually maintains its own capacity for independent, localized processing to protect the body from immediate physical harm. In a reflex arc, a sensory pathway enters the dorsal side of the spinal cord, carrying data from a sudden physical stimulus. Bypassing the brain, it synapses directly in the gray matter, transferring its charge to an efferent motor neuron exiting the ventral side. This closed-loop circuit guarantees rapid, involuntary physical reactions without waiting for cerebral computation. Similar involuntary controls govern our internal organs. This is the domain of the autonomic nervous system, which regulates physiological homeostasis like heart rate and digestion. The autonomic system is deconstructed into two distinct antagonistic divisions that constantly push and pull against each other to maintain balance. The sympathetic division acts as the trigger for arousal, energy generation, and the fight or flight response. The parasympathetic division handles the exact opposite, serving as the system for calming, self-maintenance, and the rest and digest state. This diagram illustrates their contrasting anatomical wiring. Sympathetic nerves exit midway along the spine and synapse immediately at a nearby ganglion. Conversely, parasympathetic nerves exit at the brainstem and travel long distances to synapse directly next to their target organ. Their distinct physical routing dictates the deployment of different chemical messengers. Postganglionic sympathetic neurons release norepinephrine to trigger arousal, while parasympathetic neurons release acetylcholine to induce calm. The body's internal equilibrium is not a conscious choice. It is the mechanical result of distinct anatomical wiring and opposing neurotransmitters. Traveling back up the spinal cord to the central nervous system, we see how the macroarchitecture of the brain itself scales across species. All vertebrates share a single common ancestor, yet their brain structures vary radically based on specific lifestyle demands. This model shows the brain of a ray-finned fish, establishing a baseline for early aquatic environments. You can see a massive bulbous olfactory bulb and a prominent midbrain, but a diminutive cerebrum. The fish's large olfactory bulb correlates precisely with its absolute reliance on detecting scents in the water to survive. Its large midbrain is specifically scaled to process the heavy sensory input from water currents and electrical stimuli. As environmental demands shifted, survival pressures prioritized complex cognition over pure reflex, driving a divergence in anatomy. The mammalian cerebrum undergoes massive volumetric expansion, scaling up to envelop the smaller midbrain and hindbrain. This follows the rule of regional specialization. The physical size of a brain region correlates directly with the evolutionary importance of that function. In birds and mammals, the ratio of brain size to body weight is 10 times larger than in earlier ancestors, providing the physical hardware required for higher-order reasoning. Vertebrate neuroanatomy acts as a historical record, physically scaling specific computing centers to match the precise demands of a species' ecological niche. Maintaining 100 billion computing neurons exacts a massive metabolic and structural cost. Neurons themselves are incredibly fragile. They cannot survive, structurally align, or effectively conduct electrical signals in a vacuum. They rely on glial cells, the unseen, non-neuronal biological infrastructure that actively manages the entire network. Certain glia function mechanically, wrapping nerve axons in thick, insulating myelin to vastly increase the speed of electrical conduction. A different class of glia, called astrocytes, maintains the chemical environment and strictly regulates blood flow to the active neurons. This diagram illustrates a capillary running parallel to a neuron. Astrocytes bridge the gap, forming the highly restrictive blood-brain barrier, a physical filter that blocks harmful pathogens while passing essential nutrients through. The architectural journey of the nervous system begins with the diffuse, unorganized nerve nets of early invertebrates. Over time, those nets consolidated into rigid hierarchies, permanently dividing the integrative central nervous system from the routing cables of the peripheral nervous system. We see this structural precision in the localized autonomy of our spinal reflexes and the antagonistic chemical balance of our sympathetic and parasympathetic wiring. Human consciousness, memory, and physiological control emerge from this biological architecture, a system scaled and refined through millions of years of evolutionary pressure.